Hi all, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing good. So our day started with this beautiful rainbow and Ivan running out of the room once the door is open. So he's off to his favorite place, that is the garden. This clip is from previous night. I soaked some white and green peas because I was making chaat the next day. You can choose any one. I had less of white, so I mixed green in it. So breakfast is simple dal paratha. So I had some leftover dal. This is tur and chana dal mix. So I'm just going to add chopped chilies and onions to it, and normal regular गेहूं का आटा, and knead it like a chapati dough and make parathas from it. A little bit hing I will add more, and salt. The dal has salt, but according to the atta, just add a little bit of salt. So the dal had zeera, so I'm just adding a little bit of ajwain seeds, and we'll make it into an dough. My atta is done. I rested for around 15 to 20 minutes, not more. So my dough has been resting for around half an hour. So take a small lemon sized ball. Now you can make normal chapatis from it and just roast it with some ghee. But I've grown up eating square parathas, so I'm going to make square. So I've just rolled it's like a chapati, a small chapati. Apply ghee on it, and then just fold it. So dust it in dry flour and just make it into a square paratha. The edges won't come that perfect because it has chilies and onions in it. If you want perfect edges, then you can skip the onions and chilies if you want. So here my paratha is ready. I've not made it too thin but not too thick as well. Yes, Chuki. Hi. So just put the paratha on a hot tawa. Let it cook for a minute or two on one side. Turn it around, apply some ghee. You can use oil as well. on both sides and cook it till it's nice golden brown. These parathas taste really good. Whichever dal is left, you can just mix it with atta and have it for breakfast. It tastes delicious. So our garma garam chai is ready. The parathas are hot. Just put a little bit more ghee on it and it tastes amazing. So from the title you all would have understood I'm going to make chaat today. So I've boiled some potatoes and kept them aside. Don't leave the potatoes for too long in the water, otherwise it will absorb a lot of water. And for the tamarind chutney here, I have had soaked some tamarind in hot water. Once the water's cooled down a little bit, I've squeezed all the water out. Put it back in a saucepan and put it on heat and let it come to a boil. So here are my soaked peas. To that I am just adding half a sliced onion and half a tomato which I've roughly chopped. So I missed a clip here. I just added some salt, turmeric powder, some red chili powder, hing and coriander powder. Give it a mix and give it pressure, almost 5 to 6 whistles on medium flame. And here our tamarind water has come to a boil. Add jaggery to it. You can also use sugar. I prefer jaggery. So this should be around 1.5 cups of tamarind water. To this I've added around 3/4 cup of jaggery. You can give it a taste and keep checking. Other than that, I've just added a little bit of salt and some fennel seed powder. That's it. Cook it till it becomes nice and thick and then let cool it down. Ivan had dragged some rice grains with his pant inside and the sparrow came inside to eat them. So now I'm making pani puri puris. So here I've taken 1 cup of suji, semolina. To that I've added 1.5 tablespoon of gehu ka atta, salt to taste, give it a mix, then add in around 1 tablespoon of oil, regular oil, and mix it well with all the suji and atta. Try to crumble it with your fingers so it gets well combined. Once that is done, add water little at a time and make it into a soft dough. We need to make the dough soft because, as you all know, suji is going to absorb a lot of water. So try to make it into a soft dough because it's going to become a little hard once we keep it for rest, as suji is going to absorb a lot of water. As you can see, the dough is pretty soft. Knead it really well. Add more water if required. And knead it into a smooth dough. So as you can see, the dough is come together very well and it's come off the plate as well. Shape it into a ball, cover it with a damp cloth and let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes. So here my dough was resting for almost 10 minutes. Give it a slight knead and shape it into small balls. You can make individual puris or you can make one big chapati and then cut the puris with a cutter. I will show you all 3 methods. So here all my balls are ready. Now the first method, I'm using a puri press. This is a little simpler version and you can do 2 to 3 puris at a time. So it saves a lot of time. So just keep the balls in the puri press and press it. If you think it is a little more thick, you can just press it a little more. Once your puris are ready, make sure to cover it and keep it with a damp cloth. You don't want them to dry out. The other method is just take one ball and roll it with a rolling pin. We don't want the puris to be very thick nor very thin. And the other method, as I told you, just make a big roti and then cut it with any cutter. So I had only this available. It's very small, but it's okay for me. If you have a bigger one, you can make a little bigger puris as well. So here all my puris are ready. I have covered and kept them in a damp cloth, and this side I will start frying. So put a small size ball in the oil, and if it floats up, that means the oil is ready, and start frying the puri. At first add one at a time, just so you get a hang of it. Keep pouring oil on top, and once it fluffs up, turn the side and cook it till it's nice and golden brown. A little tea time snack in the evening. These were some cheese sticks. So I needed some mint for the pani puri pani. If you want your mint to grow better, it's rather than plucking the leaves, cut off the stems as well. It grows much healthier. So I have washed the leaves and kept them to soak in water to just to remove some extra mud. So I had grinded some roasted jeera powder in the same vessel. I'm making the chutney for the pani puri pani. So I've added the mint leaves to it. So the quantities will be how much mint you take, double the mint you need to add coriander in it. I've added one green chili, spice level depends on your taste. Coriander leaves, I'll add some water and grind it into a smooth paste. So here my chutney is ready. I will keep a little aside to use it as green chutney on my chaat. I'll add some salt to it. Remaining add into a big bowl. Add some chilled water to it and make sure to rinse the mixer grinder. Nothing should be wasted. Add enough water. Add in some pani puri masala. If you don't have pani puri masala, you can add some amchur or chaat masala and some black salt. A little bit of hing. I like the flavor of hing. You can skip if you don't. And salt to taste. Give it a good mix. Taste a little bit to just check the taste. I thought water was little less, so I've added water. And also here I'm adding around a tablespoon of sugar. It's going to balance out the khatas, the sourness in it. Give it a mix till the sugar dissolves and your pani puri pani is ready. You can also strain the water or the chutney which you made, but I'm okay with it, so I'm not straining it. Keep this back in the fridge so that it's chilled when you eat it. And that's another rainbow. This was around evening time. It was a beautiful rainbow out there. There were a lot of rainbows on that day. And another one. This is from the backyard. Isn't it beautiful? So there's some coriander leaves growing there. It's come up really nice. Those are dill leaves and some chilies. I need to figure out what can I do with those chilies. So here is the ragda which I had pressure cooked. I've kept it thick. I'll add a little water and dilute it later. So here all the pani puri elements are ready. The ragda, sweet chutney, tamarind chutney, the puris of course, and I've chopped some onion, tomatoes and potatoes. So I had made some papris also, so I thought I'll make some papri chaat. So I've just placed few papris, put onion, tomatoes, potatoes. Quantity depends on how much you like. Then goes in the ragda. Then the green chutney. The sweet chutney or the tamarind chutney. Then here I have some yogurt which I've just added a little bit of sugar to it. add that according to your taste, how much you like, more or less. A little more of the spicy chutney and the tamarind chutney. Here is some roasted cumin powder. I like it more, so I'm adding more. A little bit of chili powder. Also, you can sprinkle a little bit of salt. And lastly, some save. And your yummy papdi chaat is ready. Smile everyone. So that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, do hit the like button and do consider subscribing. I will see you with another video. Till then, bye, take care, and thanks for watching.